In just 5 days, you can experience the best of Sydney, stress-free and packed with unforgettable memories. Say it softly, say it slowly. Let the name feel like a warm wave. This isn't just a city, it's a feeling, a heartbeat, a wild, beautiful mix of sails and sand where adventure meets city life. Forget what you know about Australia. Forget kangaroos and boomerangs. This is about diving into a city full of life, where every corner has a new surprise. 5 days. That's all you need to lose yourself and find your soul in this fun place. Ready to get lost with me? Buckle up. We're about to start a journey that'll leave you amazed. This isn't about ticking off landmarks. This is about feeling the city breathe. It's about the salty air stinging your nostrils as you sail past the Opera House, a masterpiece of architecture that seems to defy gravity. It's about the taste of fresh seafood, pulled from the ocean that morning and savored with a glass of local wine. We're going beyond the postcard. We're going to uncover Sydney's hidden gems, the secret spots where locals go to escape the crowds. We'll wander through vibrant markets, where the scent of exotic spices hangs in the air. We'll get lost in museums that tell stories of ancient cultures and daring explorers. This is Sydney, raw, real, and unforgettable. Day 1. Wake up with the city. Feel the energy crackle as Sydney shrugs off sleep. Today, we're starting with the icon, the legend, the Sydney Opera House. But forget the tourist throngs. We're going early. Watch the sun paint the Harbour Bridge gold as we grab coffee from a local cafe. The aroma of fresh pastries mingles with the salty tang of the sea. This is how Sydney does breakfast. Find a bench. Breathe it in. Let the beauty of this place wash over you. The Opera House isn't just a building. It's a living, breathing entity. Its sails seem to dance with the wind, whispering stories of a city that never sleeps. Ready for a different perspective? Time to conquer the Sydney Harbour Bridge. But forget the tourist climb. We're going local. We're hopping on a ferry, the wind whipping through our hair as we glide past the Opera House. Look, there's Luna Park, its grinning face a beacon of childhood dreams. We'll be back for you later. We disembark at Kirribilli. This charming neighborhood, nestled on the North Shore, offers breathtaking views of the city skyline. We'll wander through its leafy streets, ducking into hidden cafes and boutiques. As the afternoon sun casts long shadows, we'll wander back towards the harbor. The air buzzes with a different energy now. Sailboats slice through the shimmering water, their sails catching the golden light. This is Sydney finding its rhythm. Families stroll along the waterfront. Couples steal kisses as the sky erupts in a riot of color. Street musicians fill the air with a soundtrack of life. Find a spot by the water, order a plate of fresh oysters and a glass of local wine. As the stars begin to twinkle above the city, you'll feel it, the magic of Sydney sinking into your soul. This is just the beginning. Tomorrow, we dive into the heart of Sydney's beach culture. Day 2. Feel the sand between your toes. Smell the salt air. Hear the crash of waves. Today, we're all about Bondi. This isn't just a beach. It's a state of mind. We'll start our day like locals do, with a morning dip in the ocean. The water is cool and invigorating, washing away any lingering sleepiness. As we emerge from the surf, revitalized and energized, we'll grab a takeaway coffee and stroll along the beachfront promenade. Bondi is a feast for the senses. The air is alive with the sound of laughter, the scent of sunscreen, and the sight of bronzed bodies soaking up the sun. We'll find a spot on the sand, lay down our towels, and let the warmth of the sun seep into our bones. Ever dreamt of riding a wave? Today's the day to make it happen. Bondi is a surfer's paradise, and countless surf schools line the beach, ready to share their passion with beginners and pros alike. We'll paddle out into the turquoise water, the sun warming our backs. The instructor's words echo in our ears as we wait for the perfect wave. And then, there it is. We feel the surge of adrenaline as we pop up on the board, riding the wave all the way to the shore. Whether we stand up on our first try or get tumbled by the waves, the feeling of exhilaration is undeniable. Surfing is more than just a sport. It's a dance with the ocean, a test of balance and skill, and an experience that leaves us feeling alive and connected to the power of nature. Section 3. Where the city meets the soul. After our surfing adventure, we'll treat ourselves to a well-deserved lunch at one of the many cafes and restaurants that line the beachfront. Bondi is a melting pot of cultures, and its culinary scene reflects this diversity. We'll savor fresh seafood, indulge in gourmet burgers, or opt for a healthy salad, all while enjoying the breathtaking views of the ocean. As we eat, we'll watch surfers carving through the waves, families building sandcastles, and friends sharing laughter and stories. Bondi is a place where the city meets the soul. It's a place where we can shed our worries and embrace the simple pleasures of life, sunshine, sand, and the rhythm of the waves. As the sun begins its descent, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, we'll take a moment to appreciate the beauty of this iconic beach and the memories we've created here. Whispers of the Wild. Day 3. Today, we journey into Sydney's wild side, where the city's rhythm meets the ancient bush. We're headed to Taronga Zoo, a sanctuary on a hillside overlooking Sydney Harbor. Here, animals roam in habitats mimicking their natural environments. We'll see koalas dozing in eucalyptus trees, kangaroos bounding across grassy plains, and board the Sky Safari cable car gliding above the treetops. The view is breathtaking, offering a unique perspective on the zoo and the city. A garden of earthly delights. As the afternoon sun casts long shadows across the harbor, we'll disembark the ferry and find ourselves at the gates of the Royal Botanic Garden. This isn't just a park, it's a living museum of vibrant flora. Wander beneath canopies of ancient fig trees. The air is alive with the scent of exotic blooms. Find a secluded bench overlooking the harbor. The gentle lapping of waves provides a soothing soundtrack. As dusk descends, a palpable energy begins to pulse through Sydney's veins. The city that never sleeps is just waking up, and tonight, we're diving headfirst into its vibrant nightlife. We'll start our evening in the Rocks, Sydney's historic heart. Cobblestone streets lead us past charming pubs and lively restaurants, the air filled with the sound of laughter and clinking glasses. We'll duck into a hidden laneway bar, its walls adorned with local art, and sip on craft cocktails infused with native Australian botanicals. But Sydney's nightlife is as diverse as its inhabitants. From rooftop bars offering panoramic city views to intimate jazz clubs tucked away in basement spaces, there's a rhythm for every soul. We might find ourselves swaying to live music in a dimly lit bar, or catching a thought-provoking performance at the Sydney Opera House. Day 4. Today, we're peeling back the layers of Sydney, diving deep into the heart of its history and culture. We're ditching the itinerary and embracing the unexpected, letting curiosity be our guide. Our journey begins in The Rocks, a place where time seems to stand still. These cobblestone streets whisper stories of convicts and sailors, of a city forged in the crucible of a bygone era. We'll wander through hidden laneways, discovering charming cafes tucked away like forgotten secrets. The air hums with a different energy here, a palpable connection to the past. We'll step inside the meticulously preserved cottages, their interiors frozen in time, and imagine the lives lived within these walls. This is Sydney at its most raw and unfiltered, a glimpse into the soul of a city forever evolving. As the sun climbs higher, casting long shadows across the cobblestones, we'll follow our noses to a symphony of scents and sounds, the bustling heart of a local market. Here, the true spirit of Sydney comes alive. We'll weave through crowds, the air thick with the aroma of freshly baked bread, exotic spices, and blooming flowers. Local artisans proudly display their crafts. Handmade jewelry, vibrant paintings, and clothing that speaks of individuality spirituality and creativity. We'll sip on freshly squeezed juice, the sweet nectar, a burst of sunshine on our tongues. This is Sydney at its most authentic, a melting pot of cultures, a celebration of craftsmanship, a feast for all the senses. As the afternoon sun bathes the city in a warm glow, we'll seek out Sydney's hidden art scene. Beyond the iconic landmarks lies a world of creativity, a vibrant tapestry woven by local artists, musicians, and dreamers. We'll duck into independent galleries tucked away in laneways, each one a portal into the minds of Sydney's creative souls. We'll lose ourselves in thought-provoking photography, bold strokes of abstract art, and sculptures that seem to breathe with a life of their own. We'll linger in cozy bookshops, their shelves overflowing with stories waiting to be discovered. We'll find a hidden cafe, its walls adorned with local art, and sip on strong coffee as we soak in the creative energy that permeates this city. As dusk descends and the city lights begin to twinkle, we'll venture into Sydney's nightlife, not in search of crowded clubs, but in search of connection, of finding our tribe. Maybe we'll stumble upon a hidden speakeasy, its entrance concealed behind an unmarked door, the air thick with the scent of whiskey and whispered conversations. Or perhaps we'll find ourselves drawn to a dimly lit jazz bar, the soulful melodies washing over us as we sip on handcrafted cocktails. Tonight is about embracing the unexpected, about letting our intuition guide us to those hidden pockets of Sydney where we feel most alive, most connected to the pulse of the city. Whether we're sharing stories with fellow travelers in a bustling pub or losing ourselves in the rhythm of live music, tonight is about finding our people, our place in this vibrant tapestry of humanity. Day 5. The city feels a world away. Today, we trade skyscrapers for soaring peaks, the urban hum for the whisper of wind through ancient forests. We're headed to the Blue Mountains, a place where time seems to move a little slower, where nature's grandeur takes center stage. As we leave the city behind, the landscape transforms. Urban sprawl gives way to rolling hills, dotted with quaint towns and villages, each with its own story to tell. The air grows noticeably fresher, infused with the scent of eucalyptus, a uniquely Australian aroma that awakens the senses. And then, they emerge, the Blue Mountains, their peaks rising majestically from the earth, shrouded in a blue haze that gives them their name. It's this haze, created by the eucalyptus trees releasing fine droplets of oil into the air, that paints the mountains in a spectrum of blues, from pale cerulean to deep indigo. We're not here to just admire the view from afar. Today, we're lacing up our hiking boots and venturing into the heart of this natural wonderland. The Blue Mountains offer trails for every fitness level, from gentle strolls through fern-filled gullies to challenging climbs with breathtaking vistas. We'll follow paths deep into ancient rainforests, the air thick with birdsong and rustling leaves. Giant ferns create a canopy of green. We'll pause at lookouts, our breath taken away by panoramic views. Waterfalls cascade down sheer cliffs, and the iconic Three Sisters stand sentinel. As we hike, we'll feel a sense of peace, fully present in this moment, surrounded by the raw beauty of nature. The worries of city life fade away, replaced by a sense of awe and wonder. After our hike, we'll reward ourselves with a well-deserved lunch at one of the charming villages nestled in the Blue Mountains. Here, local produce takes center stage. Think hearty pies filled with slow-cooked meats, fresh salads bursting with flavor, and locally roasted coffee that awakens the senses. We'll find a table overlooking a breathtaking vista, the crisp mountain air whetting our appetites. As we savor each bite, we'll share stories of our hike, the memories already etching themselves into our minds. But the Blue Mountains offer more than just culinary delights. This region is home to a thriving arts and crafts scene, and we'll spend the afternoon browsing galleries showcasing the works of local artists, their creations inspired by the natural beauty that surrounds them. We'll find unique souvenirs to take home, tangible reminders of our time in this magical place. As the sun begins its descent, casting long shadows across the mountains, we'll make our way to a secluded spot, away from the lights of the villages. Here, as darkness falls, the sky transforms into a canvas of twinkling stars, a sight rarely seen from the city. We'll lie on our backs, wrapped in the stillness of the night, and gaze up at the Milky Way, a river of light stretching across the heavens. In this moment, we're reminded of our place in the vastness of the universe, of the interconnectedness of all things. The Blue Mountains have a way of putting things into perspective. They remind us to slow down, to breathe deeply, to appreciate the simple beauty of the natural world. As we close our eyes, the scent of eucalyptus lingering in the air, we know that we'll carry a piece of this magic with us long after we've returned to the city. "5 days. It's never enough, is it?" Sydney lingers. It stays with you. The scent of salt air clinging to your clothes, the echo of a didgeridoo in the back of your mind, the memory of that first glimpse of the opera house, bathed in golden light. This city, it gets under your skin. It whispers stories of adventure, of freedom, of a life lived on its own terms. You've tasted its flavors, felt its pulse, witnessed its untamed beauty. But Sydney isn't just a destination. It's a call to action, a reminder to chase sunsets, not deadlines, to embrace the unknown, to find your own rhythm in the symphony of life. So go on, book that flight, lose yourself in the magic that is Sydney. I promise you won't regret it.